Powered by Riverside FM.
Minnesota Viking fans, UP Nation fans, Purple Gang, Skull Nation, I got something for you today. Something that maybe you don't want to hear, but it's a topic that we may be going to have to tackle in the future. What if Brian Flores, the architect of our wonderful defense, our great defense, it's going to be even greater this year, UP Nation. What if he's gone after this season? The reality of it is that's going to be coming eventually. And it matters more than you think, UP Nation. I mean, in just 2 years, Brian Flores has really flipped his defense. You saw it take a step in year one, a huge step in year one compared to the previous year. And then even the second year, when he started to add some pieces, you know, the Blake Cashmans of the world, the Andrew Van Ginkels of the world, the Grenards of the world, the Dallas Turners of the world. He transformed this defense into being what was in my opinion, a bottom-tier defense before he arrived, to a defense that is feared and respected in the NFL. It's a top 12 scoring defense, UP Nation, in 2024. Top 10 in sacks, UP Nation. Top 10 in pressures. Brian Flores leaves, and I always talk about, people say, well, you can, be a mentor to a guy and teach him to scheme. Well, this is not about scheme, man. This is about personality on the sideline. Like, everybody can cook the same meal. Anybody can just cook the same meal, but it's that personality. How to use the ingredients, when to use the ingredients, when to add a little bit more seasoning to that meal makes the experience, makes the person. Like, Brian Flores is very aggressive-minded. And the beauty of what he brings to the table defensively is the way he has the ability to disguise his looks. And again, I tell people, go to the All-22 so you can understand the beauty of it. A lot of it is he gets his players to understand conceptually what they want to do on defense. Are there times where he's steadfast and gives them assignments? Yes. But a lot of it is read and reaction. He tells these guys, you've got to make this defense your own. And that's the beauty of it. These guys really start to buy in. These guys really start to communicate before that pre-snap. So they can be coming at any time, any angle, any place, UP Nation, and that's what really confuses quarterbacks. Man, remember Brock Purdy after he played the Vikings? He went up to Brian Flores and said, man, that's one hell of a defense. I mean, these packages have really helped players like Ivan Pace Jr. Byron Murphy just got the bag. I doubt if Byron Murphy was playing in a more traditional style of defense, if he would have gotten that bag. I mean, most people are saying that maybe he shouldn't have gotten it because you're basing it off of 1 year, but that's 1 year, really 2 years in the Brian Flores' defense that he's got under his belt. And I don't expect for him to take a step back. I mean, when you look at Brian Flores, I think it's an understatement to call him a coordinator. Like, he's a culture shifter, a leader on that defense. And everybody seems to love to play for him. Remember when the whole thing went down with Tua Tagovailoa? And he talked about some of the verbal things that Brian Flores did to him and some of what it was like playing under of Brian Flores' team. And Brian Flores didn't come out and get defensive right away. Brian Flores just came out and said, I'm a better coach now. There were probably some mistakes that I made. And then he had some of the Viking players during press conferences come up and stand by him. I believe it was Phillips. I can't remember who the other player was. Maybe it was Josh Metellus or somebody like that. I please forgive me. I can't remember. But that shows you the connections and the impact that he's had with the Minnesota Viking players. UP Nation. I mean, he's got head coaching experience with Miami. He wasn't garbage in Miami. He took over a franchise that really had fallen on hard times. He's got the discrimination lawsuit looming in the NFL. I believe that's going to be put to bed this year, and that's why I believe Brian Flores is going to become way more attractive. I mean, people are giving him interviews now, but it's that lawsuit that is keeping owners and organizations from pulling the trigger on Brian Flores. And I'm telling you, man, because he's going to have a top 3 defense this year. That's my prediction. And once he gets that lawsuit out of the way, he's going to be snapped up. I mean, and you can say that stigma is fading with the lawsuit. And all of the stuff that Tua Tagovailoa came out and said about Brian Flores just didn't stick. Vikings defense, top 3 in the league? Yes. Yes. And when that happens, more and more interviews are going to keep coming, UP Nation. More and more interviews are going to keep coming from Brian Flores. Why this could hurt the Vikings after next year? Because continuity matters, man. That brain on the sideline matters. I'm sure he has people on the sideline right now that works on the defensive side of the ball that understand what Brian Flores is doing. But again, it's that personality. It's that person pulling the trigger. And continuity matters, man, especially when you're bringing in new pieces, young pieces, Dallas Turner, Mekhi Blackman, those guys. It matters, man. Continuity matters. If Brian Flores walks, there is also the chance that they may switch schemes. I would hate to see it because I think this scheme is fun to watch, and it fits the Minnesota Vikings. It gives them an edge. But there is a chance that Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, KOC, will look outside the Minnesota Vikings family for a defense coordinator. Could happen, UP Nation. It's a possibility. You bring in somebody new, you've got learning curves. You got reacclimating yourself to a different system, a different style of play, UP Nation. You know, the defense could steadily take a step back. Plus, you got the relationship with the players. As I said before, people love to play for Brian Flores. KOC, I've always said, KOC and the ownership should really try, while they have Brian Flores within their family, to pull out a checkbook and make him an offer that he really can't refuse to stay. And I know there's that element. They can't prevent a guy that really wants to be a head coach. Why would you want to prevent a guy that really wants to be a head coach into not going somewhere to be a head coach? But, man, I would damn sure make it extremely hard. That's something that can really keep him here. You know, the other thing that can really keep him here is a really good, really deep playoff run. Like, there is a chance that he may want to stay just to finish the job with J.J. McCarthy, especially if they make a pretty good run this next season. With a better defense, more pieces, franchise quarterback, sky's the limit for the Minnesota Vikings. He may want to stay. Man, but let's be real. If a really good head coaching job opens up for Brian Flores, he's got to take it, right? He's got to take it. And for me, man, that's going to be a sad day because I've really enjoyed what he's done over the past 2 years with the Minnesota Vikings defense. I'm really looking forward to what he can do in his 3rd year with the Minnesota Vikings defense with all the new toys that he gets to play with. So what do you think, UP Nation? Should we be enjoying what could possibly be Brian Flores' last year with the Minnesota Vikings? Should we be enjoying that, or should we be preparing ourselves for B-Flow to move on? Put it in the comments, man. What do you think? Does B-Flow leave after this upcoming season? Is he here for a couple of years? I'm interested in your thoughts. This has been Unconventional Playbook. Please, again, hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps with the algorithm. It only takes a second. Hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me to continue to pump out the content that I pump out to you and which I really enjoy. So, again, hit that like and subscribe button. And UP Nation, Skull Nation, the Purple Gang, we will make sure to see you when we see you. Skull.